Hello and welcome to NSK's PV Power Hour, brought to you by NewSchoolCotton.com for December 9th, 2016. My name is Yoshi, and as always, I am joined by Charlie Draco Cowden. What's going on?
It's freaking cold.
Yeah, how cold?
Uh, Thursday night it got down to -30.
Oh my god. It's freaking 85 today for me. So,
Oh, screw you.
yeah. So, I'll
La-
I'll gladly give you the plus 30 and then you can hit, 0 and I'll take a 55. That'd be sweet.
It was about 10 below last night,
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what that feels like. I
and
honestly don't.
and it got to a high of a whole 9 degrees today.
Oh, fuck. That's insane. So thank God I'm not living there. So if you are joining us for the first time, we are a podcast that talks about Japanese performance idols and the music videos that they release for this week. So let's get started. The first one we're going to talk about, Sanmini, Fame, Fame.
It's all about the fame.
It's all about the fame, You get money, bitches, and fame, right? That's what they say in that
Yeah.
rap song. Yeah. So Mini was, to contextualize what's going on right now. They used to be, or the first two singles that I've heard by them this year, it was like EDM pop, techno pop, if you will. This
Hmm.
is not that. This is like K-pop. This is basically K-pop.
God damn it.
I know you're not a big K-pop guy, so I don't know.
I actually didn't feel this was that K-pop, but maybe
Okay.
that's more the
You not being
PV
familiar.
image
Okay.
because they don't have the typical K-pop image.
Well, yeah, I mean, they don't look like a K-pop group. That's kind of a... I don't know if that's a compliment, but
Yes.
yeah, it's it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, I
And so,
mean,
Missing says C-pop, so
C-pop, okay. I mean, that's fine. It's very reminiscent of K-pop for me. It's not only is it in the musical stylings, but also like in the choreo too. There are specific portions of the choreo where they grind their hips from left to right, and it looks like a total K-pop move. So it's
yeah. I don't know. One of the comments did say they looked like a K-pop group, and I'm just like, no, no, they don't. Their shorts aren't tight enough or short enough to look like a K-pop group.
no, but like this is like a
Uh,
K-pop group if they did like the one-off, like very casual. Hey, I'm gonna pretend to be your girlfriend kind of PV. Not the sexy hot pants PV that they like to do. You know.
mm, maybe.
So
I'm not that familiar with K-pop, so
yeah, this is Sam Mini's My First K-pop. It's a Fisher Price product. It's it's well done. I think it's very reminiscent of K-pop, so I think it's done well enough. But a lot of K-pop doesn't really resonate with me because it's always missing that one thing. I never could figure out what it is. I feel like it's the instrumentals. It just they always use really interesting instruments, but it's never like punchy enough for me to like super get into.
yeah.
It's hard to say because I always think they have a catchy melody and cool stuff going on, and visually it's always pleasing, but yeah, just
Mm.
something never clicked with me with most of the K-pop going on. So this is just
It,
another one of those for me.
I don't know about visually pleasing, but
Yeah, I mean it depends on your tastes, of course. So yeah, this is a K-pop ass K-pop song to me, and it's sort of catchy. They say like Fame, and then the one girl goes, "Hey," and that part is super fucking K-pop as fuck, and it's kind of annoying. Like that part is kind of annoying.
I guess I can see it somewhat in the instrumentation of it, but It's, I guess it's light enough K-pop that I can handle it.
Right.
Um, and I do like the way that some of the vocals are layered
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
well done. Just some of them aren't the greatest singers, so doesn't come off very well.
Yeah, but they're not bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
They're,
Dell
they're
says
they're not
K-pop.
flat.
Dell says K-pop is Western pop from 3 to 6 months ago, and Pizzago says the dancing is like a weak version of K-pop, and I sort of agree with that. Both of those sentiments. So it's it's one of those. It's Japan trying to do K-pop essentially, and we all know how late Japan is to the party for the most things. So um,
Yeah, Japan is like pop from 10 years ago.
yeah, they're usually behind by a decade or so, 5 to 10
So,
years usually. So it's okay. The song's decently catchy. There's some parts that are pretty cool, but it's not really gelling with me. I'm assuming it's not really gelling with you either.
um, yeah, it's a nice listen to, but it's not that interesting.
Yeah.
The PV's not that interesting either. I
Yeah, it's just
mean,
the members dressed in casual clothes, hanging out in a room and just walking around in a tunnel somewhere in Japan.
I think the walking around outfits are actually better than
Yes, I agree with you.
the dance outfits.
It's a little more not edgy, but like mature, I guess.
Yeah, the hairstyles are better, the clothes are better.
Like the makeup looks super mature.
Yeah,
Like the makeup in the bedroom like house scene is very like playful and girly, while like in the
light.
tunnel they look like they're going out clubbing or something.
Yeah.
And like when I watched some mini PVs, I could have sworn they were like a younger group, but when I look at this PV, they look like they're all like 25.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
um I didn't either.
So it was kind of weird because I thought they were like a regular ass J-pop idol group. So I thought they would be like 17 or something, but you know,
I search for San Mini on Google and I get vegetarian recipes, restaurants.
nice. Looks like the
Okay.
average age of the group is about 20, so I'm a little high on the number, but they're actually signed to Platinum Passport, so that's the same places like Paspo, and I think Predia is also there, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I could push Paspo, Predia, and Samini as a triple package. I like that. I like that combo
Yeah.
because we'll be talking about Predia coming up next. Not right after this, but um, in two PVs. But yeah, it's a nice little PV. It's a member PV for sure. There's really not much going on aside from the
Yeah.
members singing at the camera. So
It's shot well. It looks good.
it looks good. Yeah.
There's no excessive filtering on it.
No,
There's a
it's
little bit, but it's doesn't detract from it.
no, it's not that bad. And the weirdest thing, I guess, like the weirdest like production choice is the fucking pink bars
Yeah.
that take up the real estate of the top and bottom of the
I
borders.
mean, I guess if you're gonna shoot a super wide PV, it's better than black bars.
Is
But
it?
I guess it's different.
I'm sorry. Vu in chat says no love for Pallet or Poochie Paspo. No, they don't get any love.
Palettes all right.
They're not very good.
Pucci Paspo is kind of sellouts. it, I don't know. They didn't really grab me with their Olympic songs.
Yeah, nothing's ever grabbed me by either of those groups. So yeah. Anything else on this? It's pretty straightforward here.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything else.
All right, rate it.
Um, I would give the PV I'd give it a C plus. It's shot well. There's a good looks at the choreography and whatnot. The song I would probably give it a C. It's all right, but it doesn't drag me in.
Yeah, it's a straight C for me. It's really well done in both aspects, but they're both missing that something that takes it over, you know? That takes them over the edge of the C and the B, you know? If there was that one little thing happening in the PV or in the song, it would have been a B. It's just, yeah, it's not all that interesting. It's very straightforward. So that's Samini, Fame, Fame. Next up, Supergirl's Koi Kiramication.
Short version. Four and a
The
half
short
minutes
version,
long.
even though it's yeah, exactly. Like fucking Avex, dude. It's like, hey, here's a short version. It's like, oh, how long's the long version? Like 4 minutes and 45. It's
Yeah,
so
4 minutes
stupid.
30.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
I think the watchword of this week is going to be straightforward.
yeah, yeah. It's like none of the things we're gonna talk about are trying to do something other than what it's trying to do.
And when I was watching these, I was thinking, this is like the girl group's anthem week. These sound a lot like anthem songs for the groups that they're going to play to get the energy up.
I don't. That's not okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go along with that premise. Then that spells doom and gloom for me. Then if that's what they're going for, because this song doesn't really get me hype.
No.
It's super flat. It,
Yeah.
it's like a. It's like a better like Cocorno placard. That really doesn't say much. It's like
A little better?
yeah, it's like a not great KFC and a little bit better Cocorno placard.
Yeah.
It's just it
Yeah.
doesn't have that hook, that I expect in pop music like this, and it also doesn't help that the instrumentals are really flat. It sounds like someone recorded this in the 70s and they just like remastered the sound so it just sounds better. Like there's no layering. It just sounds like a band performed this in the 70s. They just ripped the audio out of a DVD and remastered it or something.
Maybe. I mean, how many times have we heard idol groups do that?
I mean, it happens too often. I don't know if that's how they do it, but it happens way too often, and it is one of those cases where it's yeah, it's really flat.
I mean, I don't
song-wise.
think this is a cover, but
No, it's not. But it sounds like someone straight ripped it from the 70s and then just slapped it on.
yeah.
It just
Yeah, I don't have much to say on the song. It's like it's it does. It sounds like AKB.
yeah, it's
Uh,
it just they took a page out of AKB's like synth keyboard sound and then they just copy pasted it.
yeah.
It's, it's okay, I guess. It sounds like I'm shitting on it, but I think it's okay. Just not
I
great.
mean, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's
but-
not bad, but it's not impressive.
Yeah,
Supergirls for me is like one great song, one great PV, and then like the next two PVs and songs are like eh.
yeah.
So I think we're on that first one of eh, because Love Summer. I love Summer. It's one of my favorite things of the year, but this is just a huge disappointment compared to it.
yeah. The PV on the other hand, there's quite a difference in the way they look as far as like maturity.
Right, they're going for the
Between-
mature like look.
Well, they look so much older in the evening dresses
Right.
than they do in the uniforms.
Yeah.
They look like way younger. There's a drastic like difference in
Right. I don't
apparent.
know. Yeah, but I
maturity
don't know
level.
why. Right? It doesn't really make any sense to do it that way. But they were just like, hey, we're gonna dress you in your regular ass like skirt and top thing that you guys dress as, and then on top of that, we're gonna make you guys dress up in these like freaking short ass sequins dresses from like the Pata Pata Japan days, And it's kind of a weird thing going on there.
Yeah.
And I can't this is a thing. One of my biggest pet peeves when you have a dance floor or when you're using a nightclub as a set and you have no crowd, no one other than the group performing, it is fucking empty looking, boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I said this
It
about
really
Country
shows in this
Girls.
one.
I said that about Juice Juice, I believe it was the last thing I shit on because like the place looked empty and it was like a nightclub. Like the location is super swanky. It looks cool as fuck. But if it's just the members dancing in the middle of it, it just looks empty and no hype and just bored. Like I'll be so fucking bored. It just looks like a PV shoot at this point. You know?
Yeah.
And you don't want it to just be a PV. You should like create like an environment and an atmosphere and a mood. And this just looks like, hey, we had some mirror balls and we're just like dancing in sequins dresses.
We had a truckload of mirror balls.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The entire population of mirror balls of the world ended up in this PV. And it's like, okay, let's, instead of getting some extras to like make it look hype around the members, let's get mirror balls. And that's just...
Put some fancy rotating lights up and try and make it look active.
I'm sorry, it's boring, it's flat, it's not interesting.
You were rather hype last week when we reviewed this on one of the girls.
Okay, so this is the saving grace, right? This is the bias thing where Tanaka Mire, who is my Oshi of Supergirls, looks amazing in this. Like amazing. Like why is she an idol and not modeling? Like she should be on the cover of every magazine ever for the rest of time. In my opinion. Also Asakawa Nana, I'm not impressed by her centering because this is her center song. I'm not impressed.
Is she the one in the green dress?
Yes. She's the one with the graviers, you know? The one member of Supergirl's getting gravier work. Yep. So, I'm not impressed. I'd rather see Maishima Ami or Watanabe Kome. Honestly. So yeah, it's... The song's flat, the PV's flat, it's disappointing.
Yeah. They tried to make it look like a party with the dress scenes, but...
What? Okay, that's the thing. Thank you for pointing it out again. Where's the... If it's a party, you're having like a 9-person... Wait, no, there's more than 9 people. It's like 12 people in Supergirls now because they added noobs.
Yeah, something like that.
You're having a party with 12 people in this like fancy looking club? Are you fucking kidding me? That's not a party. That's pathetic. That's sad.
And there's no DJ to...
No. There's no extras.
There should be at least a DJ.
And there's nothing happening. It's just the members dancing. It's... God. It would solve so many problems. It would make this PV so much more hype if there was a crowd just like cheering for them and dancing.
Oh,
with them.
what did she say there? I cracked up when I first... That's right. Oh, the kiss me line just cracked me up.
Oh, sexy something, right?
Well, it's at 3:20. And it just cracks me up because she's like trying to be all sexy, and it's just no. You just come off as awkward.
It's not good.
No.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good.
I mean, I suppose if I wasn't actually looking at this in detail, a lot of this stuff probably wouldn't bother me.
Right.
But once you notice it, then it's just like, yeah.
It cannot be unseen.
No.
Okay. Here's my thing. I'm going to keep harping on this like empty nightclub situation thing until someone does it correctly. And the one example I can think of is Halloween Night. Everyone go rewatch Halloween Night. The reason why that PV was so fun to watch and hype is because the members walk in a nightclub full of people dancing and getting hype and breakdancing and doing
punching
cool
people
shit.
in the face.
it's great because it sets the tone. It has the atmosphere. It works with the club feel. This just looks sad.
I would say Diana Sweet did it all right too. And
Yes, Deep Snow.
yeah,
Because there's a crowd. They're not dancing with them, but they're watching them. They set the tone. It's supposed to be like the swanky jazz club that they're performing at. Everyone has like a little cup with like whiskey in it. They're all like smoking cigars and wearing like fedoras and shit. That sets the tone for the atmosphere. There's no atmosphere here. It's supposed to be a party or something, but there's no party. It's just like 15 members of Supergirls having a sad little party by themselves.
yeah.
It's sad. It could have been so much better by adding one little element to it.
Yeah.
Oh, Kenny mentions High Tension from AKB. Yes, absolutely. AKB does it right.
Or
They-
any
they-
of the SKE songs.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 for Yoroshiku.
Bonsai Venus.
Bonsai Venus. It sets the mood. It sets the atmosphere. It's those are great PVs. This is not a great PV because it just feels empty and boring.
And the placards on their dresses are just gaudy
yeah,
in the dance shots.
yeah. Speaking of placard, there you go. All right. Anything else?
No.
Rate it.
I'll give the I'll give it a D. If it wasn't shot so well, it would fail completely. The song I will give a C. It's not a bad song, but it's just not. It's not as high tension as it should be.
Yep. Just a lot of missed opportunities when they do PVs like this. I'll give the PV a D plus. The plus only comes in because the members look fantastic in those sequence dresses, specifically Tanaka Mirai, because bias. But everything else is not good. Not terrible, but not good. And the song I'll give C minus. I'll be lenient. I would have probably said D plus as well, but I'll give a C minus. It's got moments, but music instrumentals are flat. Melodies not all that catchy. So yeah, it's C minus for me. All right, that's Supergirls, Koi Kiramication. Next up, get your adults on.
Get your masks out.
Get your masks out because we're going to masquerade, a forbidden masquerade. This is Predia's Kindan no Masquerade.
The masquerade. The masquerado.
The Masquerado.
The white girl, she really stretches it out when she says it.
Yes, they go full out diva in this song. We're not talking about the AKB subunit. I'm just talking about like diva singing.
Yeah.
A lot of warbling.
It's got a whole lot more energy than the last two.
Yeah, you could probably say that again.
It's got punch.
The song has punch. Yeah, I agree.
The vocals are probably a whole lot better too.
Yeah, the vocals are awesome. Predia always has great vocals, even though like only like 3 or 4 members actually sing most of the lines. But
Yeah.
they always have top-notch vocals. The front members really know how to sing. That's never an issue with Predia, so it's not an issue here. And this is one of the more impactful Predia songs that I've listened to, and I've been trying my ass off to get into Predia, guys. Trust me on this.
A lot of their stuff just isn't. It's pretty soft.
Yeah, but this is not very soft.
No. Like I said, anthem songs.
Yeah, this feels like take an Avex production from, the 90s, whether it's Max or Globe. Thinking of, like, I don't think TM Revolution was Avex, but this
Speed?
is not. This is not really Speed to me. This is
Nah.
a song I could totally see TM Revolution singing back in his heydays in the late 90s.
Yeah.
This is totally his style. Very grimy, dirty, disgusting synth sounds and like a really punchy bass. and it has that really 90s, like specific 90s J-pop, electronic techno pop, if you will. TM Revolution, Max, Globe did stuff like this, but this is kind of like turned up, even more so. So it's got a lot of punch to it.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I noticed with the song. I really like the instrumentals. It's really grimy and disgusting. I love that. I love that sound. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's like this, like turning the bass down on a keyboard and just pressing the button like for like 10 seconds straight. It's that like blah sound, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I love that sound. It works great in this song.
Yeah.
I think it's catchy.
Oh yeah, it's definitely catchy.
Not super super catchy, but it's catchy for sure.
I enjoy the fact they're not using the typical idol singing styles.
Right.
They're actually singing full bodied.
Yep. They are wailing, They're just singing their hearts out. Oh god, and I'm just distracted by the PV now.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that, shaking my head at it.
It's just like there's a batch of grapes or strawberries, and it's covered in goo of some kind, and then a member is licking it
after she crushed it.
I mean, there's a scene where she was licking it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, she like crushes it in her hand and then starts licking her hair.
Oh, so it's just grape juice then, or
no, it's strawberries.
Juice. Okay, strawberry.
But juice. No, there's definitely some liquids you might find in other productions.
Yeah, I mean,
in there,
I could have sworn the last thing we talked about, Predia, also had some sort of fruit that they filleted.
Maybe I don't remember.
Filleted, maybe a strong word, but they did some tongue work with it. So, yeah. I mean, Predia doesn't make any, false advertisements about them being a mature themed idol group.
Yeah, there's no innuendo in there. It's right in your face.
It's not so much like sex like SDN sort of was. Like SDN wasn't even sex either. It's more sexy, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like Predia's like the SDN that survived.
I would say it's right there on the border between like
sensual and sex. Like straight up sex. Yeah. I mean, that's okay. I mean, there's something for everyone, And if you're in the mood for sexiness, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, if you could pull it off and do it well without looking cheap or cheesy, then
that's the thing with Predia. Like, they do this like sexy thing, right? And it never comes off like corny and like way too try hard or like kind of sad because they're ugly or something. That's not the case, they do it well. They do this whole adult sexy image really well. They've been around for 5 years, 6 years now, so it makes sense that they're mastered their craft, I guess.
And their gold outfits actually work.
Yeah.
They don't look gaudy.
I don't hate it, yeah.
the gold, silver, and black.
It kind of reminds me of, like, feudal Japan, like, wall painting stuff.
I could see that, yeah.
It's really cool. It's really neat. Like, you can totally see a tiger being drawn in that gold color, and, like, a dragon chasing it and eating the shit out of it or something.
Yeah.
Like, in feudal Japan times, they did, like, the little, paper boards that, like, kind of separate, like,
what do you call rice walls?
Yeah, exactly. But, like, they fold, and, like, they give you privacy. They just kind of set up, like, a temporary wall for privacy.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a feudal Japan thing. I mean, I have one in my house, but, it's something
the accordion, like, they're like
accordion,
curtains for changing areas and stuff.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. And when I see that, I think of those colors. It's like gold, black, white, a little bit of red.
Reds.
Yeah, exactly. So it totally reminds me of that. And I usually don't like gold outfits, but this is like a gold outfit done right. It's
really got nice design to it. It's got texture to it.
Yeah.
It's not just here's
pure
a gold outfit,
sequins or some shit.
Yeah,
it's like really nice. It's really well done.
I could probably look at those outfits for quite a while and not see everything. Partly because they're moving too fast. But...
Right. Those fast cuts. But it's nice. I'm sure if we looked at it, we would still like a still image of them. It would still look nice.
Oh yeah.
But they do switch outfits in the middle of the song into
The black.
yeah, it's like black leather spandex.
They almost. There's one scene where they have the black outfits on and they quickly overlay the gold outfits and then it goes back to the black.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like those outfits that they're wearing could have been what they wore under the gold outfits.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. I could see that for sure.
Yeah, in like performances and stuff. But
Yeah.
then, some of them have sleeves and some are pants. So, they're not that necessarily, but that kind of reminds me of what it is.
Yeah. I'm starting to get the feeling that I'm slowly getting into Predia. I have people around me that are linking me Predia stuff on a consistent basis, so it's inevitable for sure, but it's been slower to get into them because their music really hasn't clicked with me, but this might be one of the first ones where I can honestly say I would put on a playlist and I could probably loop a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I've added Predia at all to my...
I don't have Predia at all on my playlist, so
Yeah.
this might be the
I
first
don't
one.
have a playlist, but I have my MP3 player and only
Right.
stuff I listen to
And it's not on
consistently. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's
Oh, I guess those are grapes. It's like each member has a different fruit that they're...
yeah, it's like grapes and
Licky.
strawberries.
And I think there's a pineapple and an apple in there.
And I'm pretty sure there's extra fluids going on aside from
yes,
just the juices
yes.
because there's shots of them like lifting the liquid and it's just like
yes.
pouring between their fingers
Yes, there is.
and it has
That's-
the consistency that I would say is like lotion.
That you associate with, like, calves.
KY gel. Yes, that kind of lotion. JAV lotions.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what
Yes.
it looks like.
Yeah. Like I said, that you might find in other productions.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, they they went full adult maybe here. I mean, not full adult, but pretty adult here, if that's what
Yeah.
they used. All right.
Definitely.
Anything else?
No.
All right.
No.
Go ahead and rate it.
I'm gonna give this song a solid B. The PV, while overall it's not that interesting, there's definitely aspects of it that are. The outfits definitely draw your attention. I think I'd give it a B minus. I'd definitely come back and watch this. The dancing is excellent as well.
Yeah, everything's just really well done. I just the PV. I'm not really sure how many times I would rewatch this. I would probably watch it for the song, but I can appreciate that it's shot well and it's got like a cool outfit scheme and good colors and shot nicely. So, I'll give it a C plus. I don't know if there's that much replay value unless you're really invested in the group, which I'm not really yet. So I want to be one day. So hopefully. But yeah, I don't think there's that much of a replay value unless you're really into Predia. Song, I'll give a B minus. I could definitely see this growing on me after time. I'm definitely going to keep listening to this and watching the PV because of the song. So maybe, the PV will grow on me, and I'm pretty sure the song will grow on me as well. So, yeah, solid B minus. That's Predia, Kindunda Masquerade. Next up, Kote Camera Girl, Zwei. Oh boy, what have we stumbled across?
What did you say the name of this was?
Kote Camera Girl.
That's the artist.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. The song is called Lil Tomte. Lil Tomt. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't fucking understand because this shit is crazy as fuck.
This song did not do it for me.
Yeah. I was hoping it did because Kote Camera Girl, they released a EP or like a mini album last year and it's really good. It's super out there. It mixed elements of like drum and bass and kind of like techno pop and stuff. It's really neat. This feels like a modern take on Radiohead.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big Radiohead guy.
Yeah, I never listened to him much.
So if you're into like atmospheric, whispery stuff, this is totally up your alley. It's got a really melancholy, kind of deprived feel.
A very depressed feel to it.
Yeah, it just feels sad, and I was wondering why they added the name Zwei to their name. Apparently, they're breaking up after their show in January, so they won't be around anymore. So
Mm.
yeah, this is probably their goodbye song, and I am thinking this is not the best way to end a group.
Kind of makes sense, I guess.
It just yeah, I had such high hopes when I saw the group name. I was like, "Oh, Kote Camera." I haven't like heard anything by them in like a year. I love the last thing
Yeah.
that I saw by them. Let's check it out. And I hear this, I'm like, "Oh, it's very specific. It's going for something like they intended on making this and they did it very well, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
It's really
I
hard to
mean,
describe the genre of music. It's yeah.
all the girls look really tired, or at least
Yeah.
the one in the red beanie does. She
Oh,
looks like she's just
oh,
dead on
dude,
her feet.
the gray beanie too. It looks like she has bags under her eyes too.
And the girl in the green hoodie is like, yeah.
Yeah,
And
she's
it's
hype.
like, no, no, this really just,
Yeah, so we can talk
yeah.
about the PV. It's depressing. The members look sad, depressed, and tired for the most part. Most of the PV takes place in some sort of room where it's pretty much all black except
It,
for spotlights shining on them.
it looks like a venue. It almost looks like one of the,
Right, right.
like, Tower
Like
Record venues.
like an underground concert venue, like a small one on
Yeah, like,
stage.
not Shibuya. Oh, one of the Tower Record outfits is in the basement.
Oh, okay.
And it's really small, and it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
I can't say it is, but
It's definitely like a basement thing. It's like looks tiny as shit.
yeah.
So they're just hopping around on stage. Well, not really hopping. They're just like kicking their legs up in the air, like somewhat,
They're
and they have
kind of
balloons.
bouncing
Yeah,
a
it's sort
little.
of bouncing, and there's like balloons scattered all across the floor, and they're just kicking that, and they have like the long balloons that like clowns make like balloon animals with. They have that
Ah.
as
Oh.
swords.
Are they? I thought they were the foam
Yeah.
swords.
No, I think those are balloons too. Cause that shows up in the pot too. I don't know if you saw the hot pot. For some
No.
reason they have a hot pot. I don't
Oh,
in a separate room. It makes no sense.
I probably did. I think they've got some of those foam swords too, because it looks like they actually have like hilts on them and stuff. But they might just be balloons that are shaped that way.
Yeah, I mean they're in a room, they're in a separate room, and they're in the kotatsu, which is like those tables, the heated tables. They have a
Yeah.
hot pot going, and they're putting those like balloon toys in there. Like there's like a one that's shaped like a toy poodle, and they just
Yeah, I'm
balloon.
talking about when they're still in like the
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 venue.
yeah, the venue.
Yeah, I mean I think they have just a whole bunch of crap, but
Yeah, pretty much.
they definitely have like a lot of it's balloons. So and
They have
they
a
have
shield.
yeah they have a shield. They have like a sword that pops the balloon. So I'm assuming like the tip of it's sharp or something.
Yeah, like a needle in it.
So it's just like, hey, this song is super weird. Let's make a super weird PV. Let's come up with like the most random shit. And
And they
it's
did
very
that.
clear. Yep, they did that. And it's not interesting at all. It's kind of terrible.
Yeah, even them like popping the balloons is just like depressing.
Yeah. It's not interesting to watch. You get it after the first view. There's no replay value because it's just the members lazily prancing around and popping balloons
And
and
the
random
ins-
shots of them in the venue.
The instrumentals on this song are so lackluster and loopy. They're just
Yeah.
it's just loops over and over again,
Yeah.
and there's nothing to them.
Yeah. To me it feels like crappy Radiohead. That's my impression of the song.
Yeah, I got nothing on this one.
Yeah, I honestly don't have anything more to say. It's just if you're into super atmospheric weird stuff, this is your thing.
Yeah. Um, I'd give this a, I'd give this an F. It just fails all around.
Totally PVN song.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll I'm inclined to agree with you. Yeah, I'll give both things an F plus. I it's artsy, I guess. Art is very subjective and it's not speaking to me, so yeah, it's yeah, not my thing. I wish
Yeah.
they went I wish they were still doing like the drum and bass stuff that was fucking badass that they did last year.
Missing said that Kote Camera Girl went to Toronto,
Yeah.
and Vu says it sounds like crap that Toronto would like.
I know many Toronto people and they're very eccentric, I guess would be the word for it.
Yeah, this just doesn't do it for me. So
Yeah. So that's Cote Camera, Girl, Zwei, Lil Tomte. Next up, Especia, Danger.
the following preview has been approved appropriate audiences, Especia, Bermuda, Entertainment Japan. We are super creators based in Tokyo. Yeah, super creators.
Great. So, this is a much more upbeat song than the one we checked out 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah,
This one has funky bass. It's super nice.
yeah,
It's got some fat slaps, fat beats
Yeah.
to it.
it's got that slap bass to it.
Yeah, it's nice. This is sort of like if they said, "Okay, we're not doing this vaporwave shit like they used to do," then this is the route I wanted them to go to. I wanted them to go kind of funky, kind of throwback, which is, that's sort of what they do. Like the last album that they released over the summer, it's not very interesting. It's more of that loungy jazz stuff, which is fine and dandy, but it just doesn't really leave an impression. It's just kind of there. This song
Yeah.
this song has a better feel to it. It's not, it's still not going to top the best stuff that Especia was doing a couple years back, but this is still better than what they were doing in the past year.
At least this one, it actually looks like the girl's driving.
Is that your biggest sticking point? Is that there's actual driving going on?
Well, I don't think there's actual driving going on, but at least they didn't stick the girl in the middle and have her hand on the steering wheel while somebody else drove.
Yeah. So you're saying this is not Musubizum?
Yes. It's not as faked.
Yeah. So this PV is like, it's another one of those Especia PVs that they've been doing.
Yeah.
It's just the members kind of like hanging out, walking around, checking out the city and environments. So they
One
go
of them's
through like,
carrying a toolbox for some reason.
yeah, I honestly don't know what that means. I don't know. There's some sort of story to this because I guess they're on a road trip and maybe their car broke down, so like the girl had a toolbox to fix the car. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like she walks up there and hands it to the other girl, and they get in the car and drive off. So
Yeah, so
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
And I have a question: where in Japan do you find a desert like that?
I don't know, but I don't think they would have the budget to go anywhere outside of Japan. So
Bish has been, or was it Bish or Biss? One of them did like shots in similar areas.
right, but that was more of like a quarry though. This looks like a straight up desert, I think.
Well, the Bish one was, but was it Biss?
Yeah, it was Bish. It was monsters. A monster.
No, I was thinking of Biss. I might be thinking of another group.
If you're talking about the PV with the drill sergeant yelling at
No.
the Bish members, that's Bish.
Yeah,
and
no.
they had scenes in a quarry where they got dumped.
No,
in
I'm
a
thinking
pile
of the
sand.
one where they're like running through the desert, and that might have been an AKB.
Oh,
I don't know.
Biss has done something like that. I remember. There's like, it was Bish actually. Yeah, there's like explosions and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Bish too, I think. But yeah, it's they go to a couple different locations. It's
which is better
It's
than the
okay.
last one.
Yeah, it's but still not all that interesting. That's basically it. It's the members walking and driving through areas.
Yeah, it's really not that engaging at all.
Kenny says that there is a place called Totori Sand Dunes, so I guess there's a desert in Totori.
Which is
So that makes sense.
in the southern part of Japan.
Yeah, so I mean, I can totally buy that they went there to film it.
Yeah, I could see that.
So,
Yeah, it just doesn't do it for me.
yeah,
I'm just not into this type of music.
I like the music, but the PV just is too cool for its own good, you know?
Yeah.
I was sort of hoping the song would be like the members kind of going to like a bar and getting into trouble kind of song. I think it would be cool if that was a thing that they did.
Yeah.
Like I'm so down for like believable shallow stories and PVs. You know, I don't want to know that you're struggling at home and your parents are fighting so they're getting a divorce and you have a crush on someone, they have a crush on someone else. Like I don't want to see that bullshit in
Yeah.
PVs. I know you know that. Like I'm okay with like little bits of the members just acting ridiculous and sort of hinting at a story because that's what it's doing. This PV is hinting at a story, but it doesn't really go into it. So like it's fine, but I just wish they were doing something a little more interesting, like hitting up bars and getting kicked out of a bar because they punched a dude that was hitting on them or something. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the stuff that I think would be way more interesting than this. Because this just the members looking like far off in the distance, like oh what's coming up for me in the future. That's what it looks like. It's like oh what does my future hold for me? You know, it's pretty boring.
Yeah. What was that Whiteberry song? That had a similar feel to this, where they're driving around in like the
Whiteberry,
caravan.
that all girl band.
Yeah.
I only know one song by them, so I'm not sure.
I can't remember now what the name of it is.
Yeah, I can't help you there. All right, anything else?
No, this isn't my thing. I got
Rate
nothing
it.
on this. Um, I'll give the song a C minus. It's a good song for what it is, but it's just nah. It's not for me. The PV like a D plus. It's just not interesting.
Yeah. I appreciate the PV because it's really well shot. I just wish they keep, shooting the PVs like this in terms of, camera work and, the treatment they use on the filters because I really like it. But yeah, the concepts, the locations, it's super barren and boring. It's not interesting. It's shot well, but it's boring as fuck. Song, I'm a little torn on the song. It's much better than what they did earlier in the month or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'll give it a C plus. I think it might grow on me, but I have a feeling it won't because melodically, I feel like it's kind of limited in terms of catchiness. So, yeah, C plus then. Yeah, it's Especia's Danger. 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 Next up, and finally, the last thing we're going to talk about Tokyo Performance Doll Junai Chaos. This is a very chaotic PV, I guess. Maybe.
Is it?
No. It's very
No.
straightforward. It's, here's another one of those, like, 90s J-pop throwbacks. I mean, Tokyo Performance Doll was actually a group in the 90s, so it makes sense that they do music like this, but this is like totally this is like mini Predia in terms of music, it's got a
Yeah.
very same feel, it's very techno, influenced pop music that happened in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's decently catchy, I guess.
Yeah, it's all right. Definitely a Towel Waving song again. It's one of those anthem type.
Right. It's got an anthemic quality to it for sure. But
Um,
I don't know if it's super catchy though. You know, it's okay.
mm, no, I would say it's better than Supergirls.
Yeah, I mean, this song has way more energy than Supergirl's, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to say that this song is like definitely better than Supergirl's.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay for me. They're both okay. So,
it's not a huge amount better, but it is better. Um,
it's got a decent hook to it. So, that's its saving grace. I guess the hook is better than Supergirl's.
yeah. Apparently, this was done on a golf course. Just looking at the way it's mowed,
Right.
it looks like a golf course, and then some
Uh
random factory.
some parts of it look like a golf course, but the area they're standing in doesn't really look like a golf course. Maybe the side, like in between courses,
Yeah, maybe.
because
Maybe
that's
the rough.
like that looks rough. That looks
Yeah.
like a rough area, and rough areas aren't that big. But yeah, it looks like a
Maybe
golf
between
course.
holes or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, the dance shot mostly takes place on the green grass that looks like a golf course.
And it's really green. Oh
Yeah,
my
very
god.
green. And the rest of the PV takes place in like this underground, shady ass dungeon looking place.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of factory or something.
Yeah, so like in the lyrics they say labyrinth, specifically labyrinth, and it looks like they are stuck in a maze of some kind in this underground maze. So maybe
I
that's
could see that.
yeah, that's I don't know if that's what they're going for, but that's sort of the feeling I get from hearing the lyrics and then watching the PV because it looks like they're trying to escape from this fucking place because it looks like shit.
Yeah.
It looks shady, and you don't want to be there. It just looks like a sewer.
Yeah, and the watching the dance, it's like they go into this V formation, and then they go into a kidney shape.
Hmm.
And I don't quite understand the whole dancing in this one.
Yeah.
It looks good, but I think they could have toned down the drone footage.
Yeah, that flying drone at the beginning. You only see it once, but there's a flying drone. Just it looks almost CG. I think it's CG.
It's not. I don't think it
Are you
is.
sure? It looks fucking fake as shit. But
I
a
don't
drone
think it
flies
is.
past them. Yeah, I don't know. It looks fake.
It's
to me.
actually in it a couple shots
Is
when
it?
they're
I only
in
noticed
that.
in the beginning.
Uh, or maybe I was watching it on the stream that I saw it twice, but
I mean, you can tell how much I paid attention to this PV after once.
no, I think it is the actual drone. I think they actually recorded this mostly with drone footage.
God. That's fine, I guess, because it looks
But
okay.
I think they needed to cut down on the really high aerial shots.
Right. I mean, it adds scale to the PV, so that's
Yeah.
okay, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. Some of the formations are like, well, maybe we shouldn't put that in there because it looks stupid.
Right.
You know. Um,
It's a
Maybe
weird
they were
thing.
trying to go for like a D or a P or something, and it just didn't quite work out or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But it's a weird PV. It like the drone shooting the members and then the members being stuck in this underground shady place and then they escape from there into the sunset and in the green in the dance shots. It's a fucking weird thing. It's I mean, there's not much to understand, but if you're trying to process all the information, like it makes no sense.
Yeah, I think that's an actual drone. Which,
I mean, I believe you, but it looks cheap as fuck.
it may very well be. Uh, I doubt it. The
Yeah.
video's awfully good for it
Yeah.
to be really cheap, but
I mean, the aerial shots, I can definitely see them using the drone for.
yeah,
Like the really high ones. I think I see some shadows in the grass, so I could definitely like see a drone flying and seeing the shadow. So
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I believe it.
yeah, The PV is just not that interesting.
No, it's not good.
And I've never seen grass that green.
Well, let me tell you about a little product called Miracle Grow.
I've
We're
still
not
never seen grass that green.
we're not sponsored by Miracle Grow, but yeah, it's. I mean, that's part of the filter treatment too. There's some weird filtering going on for the outside shots, so
Well, there's like a sepia filter going on for the indoor shots.
yeah, I think it's bloomed out for the outside shots, so that's probably why it looks extra green or something. I don't know. I would think it would have the opposite effect, but I don't know.
High saturation,
I
maybe.
mean, yeah, I guess like the contrast is like obvious. I don't know,
But I don't know.
but yeah,
Yeah, I'm more like with Missy. They're chia pets.
yeah, could be just a million chia pets connected to each other underneath the ground. Anything
Yeah,
else?
no.
Rate it.
I'll give the song a C. The PV I'll give a D plus. They tried, but yeah, doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm like almost exactly the same score as you. PV, I'll give a D minus. It's shot okay. It still looks kind of weird. I think the color seems off, and I don't understand the whole escape from prison thing. It's not really a prison, but then they're in the grass dancing on the outside, so it doesn't make any fucking sense. The song, I'll give a C. It's decently catchy, and it's like a nice throwback feel to it, so I appreciate that, but I've heard catchier songs done in this style back then, so I'll go listen to those instead. So that's Tokyo
Yeah.
Performance Doll June I Chaos. I don't know what was so chaotic about that, but hey, something has to be chaotic. All right, so that's the show for tonight. But before we end the show, we got to pick the MVPV of the night. So, do you want to give me your top two? Let's go with top two.
Are there two?
Okay, so give me your one then.
I guess if I had to pick a top two, it'd probably be Predia and San Mini.
Okay, and what is your number one?
Predia.
Okay, my top two is Predia and Especia, and my number one is Predia. So Predia's gonna win.
Yeah.
So the MVPV of the night is Predia's Quindano Masquerade. If you're part of Predia Management, if you're part of Platinum Passport, contact us at newschoolclown.com. We'll send you guys a nice little care package. It might just be a picture of my face, but we'll send you something. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the show. You can follow me on Twitter at YoshiRect and Draco at Draco60. I'm gonna do that again. I don't know. I just felt like doing it. So we'll see you guys next week.
Later.